Hi, I'm Christy Simpson with ChristySimpson.net, and in this crochet video tutorial I'm going to teach you how to make this adorable tote. We will start from the base and work our way up through the unique stripes, the edging here, and the handles. Don't worry, I will step you through it, so grab your red heart with love and your crochet hook and we'll get started. For this quick tote, you will need red heart with love in 3 colors. I used iced aqua, charcoal, and eggshell. You will also need a 6.0 crochet hook, some stitch markers to help with assembly of the handles and to keep your stitch place, a yarn needle, and a pair of scissors. To get started, we will use the charcoal, and we will start with creating the flat base first, and then we will work in the round to make the side here the beginning of the base, and then we will do the stripes and then the top part to finish, and we will add a little decrease just to give it shape and definition, and then we will finish by making and adding the handles. So let's get started. For the base, like I said, we will start with the charcoal, and you will chain 9. Start with a slip knot. Move this out of the way just a little bit more. So chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. In the second chain from the hook, you will place your first single crochet. Now single crochet in each chain remaining, and you will have a total of 8. Two more. At the end of the row, chain 1 and turn. Now this first, don't work in the chain, work in the first stitch. If you have to, mark the first and the last stitch with a stitch marker just so that you can keep up and make sure your base and your rows are even. So after your chain 1, single crochet in each chain across the row. Two more. Then chain 1 and turn. Repeat that, chain 1 and turn and single crochet across the row for 28 rows, and then join me back here and we will continue with the body. Now that you have created all 28 rows, you should be at the end of your row here. So chain 1, well, I already have chain 1, and then we will use the end of each row here. I'm not doing every row as the stitches, so we're working around along the long edge here. Now if you need to, go through and mark the end of each row with a stitch marker. See, here's one. See, you could do that, or as you go, mark the first and last if you needed to, just to help yourself. But I'm going to take these back out and just kind of show you and guide you on how to do this. So at the end of the stitch here, stick in your hook, yarn over and pull back through and single crochet. And then here, there's a little space. See if you can see it. Yeah, right here. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull back through and single crochet. Now, where do you put your hook? Do not put it in between the stitches, or else you will have a hole that's huge in your base. So stick it in between where the chain 1 was here. Yarn over and pull back through, and then that same small space is there, so use it. you should have a total of 28 stitches along the edge because you had 28 rows. And once you see where those little places are, you'll just breeze right through. So go ahead and finish working along the edge, along the short end, which there are stitches where you had your chain. Work here using the end of rows as your stitches and work back across. When you get here, join me back and we'll continue. I have completed single crocheting across the edge, the ends, the edge, and the other end, and now I am ready to join. So I'm going to slip stitch to the first stitch and then chain one. Single crochet in the first stitch and mark your first stitch. And then single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 5 rows. So once you finish here, do the same thing. Slip stitch to the first stitch and then chain one. Do that for 5 rounds and then join me back here. I have completed my 5 rounds, which starts the base of the bag, or the body of the bag. It's the base of the body. And then I have, I got a little excited. I went ahead and cut my yarn. But once you finish your last stitch, you're going to slip stitch to the first stitch, pull it through, and then fasten it off. So then go ahead and pull your stitch to the back so it is out of the way. You will not move this. It's more of a point of reference from this point because you will be working in stripes. We're going into the stripe section. So grab your second color, which is an eggshell. Start with a slip knot here and join it in this first marked stitch. And from here you will chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is your first double crochet, and chain 1. Skip 1 stitch and then double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1. Skip 1 stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, and then chain 1. Repeat the double crochet and chain 1 around this round, and then join me back here and I will show you where to join and how to move on. I have finished my double crochet and chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, round. You can see we've got that little bit of space in between each stitch. Okay, now to join, the first thing you did was a chain 4, and we said that first 3 chains counted as a double crochet. So find the third chain and slip stitch to it. And then we're going to cut your yarn and then pull your yarn through that last loop on your hook, and then go ahead and pull it to the back through that last stitch. Now this next round will be the same way. Let me pull this over so I can show you. We're going to work this round and each round the same way. So once I show you how to do this iced aqua round, you will be able to complete the striped section on your own. It's that easy. So take your yarn and create a slip knot. And where you joined in that little chain space, pull your loop through and chain 1. That will not count as a stitch here. So single crochet in the chain space and then chain 1. And we will repeat that in each chain space around. So single crochet and then chain 1. So you're not having to look for stitches, you're just looking for the chain space. And like I said, once you get that first round started, the next rounds for the stripes are all of the same. You will add the gray in next and do the same thing. The spaces aren't as obvious, but if you'll look, the chain space, you still have room here to work. And I will go ahead and finish this round with you. And then whenever you finish the gray round, this one right here, you'll do the double crochet just the same way. You will work in the chain space. So it's no issue whatsoever. And it makes for a really fast tote because you're not looking for stitches. And you can really just fly through it because it's really simple. And I am going a little fast, but I wanted to just go ahead and show you that there's no reason to worry about where you're looking for your stitches because you just work in this chain space. Okay, just a few more. And when you get back to this first one, you end with a chain. You will slip stitch to the first stitch, not the chain, the first stitch. Pull through, cut your yarn, and then pull the yarn through that last loop, and then pull that yarn through the last stitch. So what you would do next is to take your gray and insert it in the nearest chain space to your stitch marker here, which will mark the edge of your work. And then you would repeat chain 1 single crochet, chain 1 single crochet all the way around until you complete your stripes. Then join me back here and I will show you how to do the top edging. I have completed the stripe section and I ended on the gray, which would complete the eggshell, iced aqua, and the charcoal. So once you repeat that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, we're ready to move to the top section. So what we're going to do is chain 1 and single crochet in the first stitch. Go ahead and mark your stitch here, and then single crochet in each chain and in each stitch around, and then join me back here and we will slip stitch and move on to the next round. I have completed the first single crochet round on the top section, and I'm just going to slip stitch to this first stitch to join. Now chain 1, let's go ahead and remove our stitch marker, and on this round we are going to single crochet 7 and then single crochet 2 together, or single crochet decrease. So this is 1, take your stitch marker and mark your stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now decrease. Yarn over, insert your hook, and pull back through. In the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull the loop back through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull all the way through all 3. And that takes 2 stitches and joins them into 1. So now single crochet 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then single crochet decrease again. Complete that sequence or repeat of single crochet 7, single crochet decrease to join this round, and then single crochet for the last round, slip stitch to join, and join me back here and we will make the handles and assemble. Now that your bag is complete, it is time to make the straps. I have worked ahead and chained 54. You can make your straps longer by increasing the chain amount, and it does not matter because all you're going to do is take and count 4 chains from your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. So double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook, and in each chain across. Now, my tip is that you use the back bar of your chain. And if you look at your chain, the front side has all the pretty V's, okay? They're all pretty and neat and lined up. You can use the top, but then your edging is going to be different than the opposite side, say, of your the top part here. See how that still has the V's and it looks like normal stitches? If you will take and flip over your chain, you will see the horizontal bars on the back side. If you will use those, there will be no guessing as to what chain you're on or where it is, and your edgings will be exactly the same. So go ahead and continue and make both straps, but I want to go ahead and show you how to assemble really fast because it's really easy. So take your stitch markers, and I've already sewn on one here, one strap, but take and lay your bag out and lay it even. Just line it up from the base all the way to the top. Just lay it flat. And then count about 6 from each side, or line it up with the base here where it is, because this is the side and it's extra. Okay, so when it's laid flat, it's kind of laid out. But if you'll take and go straight up and put the edges of your handles here, or just count in evenly, either way will work. Take your stitch markers and pin down your handle ends like that on both sides so that they don't move and there's no guessing as to where you need to put them. You can do the same on there and then make sure you lay them down and they're even and you're good to go. Well, then you need to take your yarn needle just cut a small length and start on the inside. That way you can weave in your ends and come in through the stitch and pull through, and then go down around your stitches and then up and back around. And then I like to put a few in the center to help hold it. And this part is really the easy part, and you're almost finished, so it goes really fast. Just a few more, and I will just go around the edge just to show you. I'm sure you can figure out how to go in the middle. Not hard at all. Okay. And you can go around it a couple times just to secure it if you would like. Okay. But I like to come back in around the second stitch, and then when you turn it over, just cut your yarn. I know there's a lot of gray, but we've got 2 ends here. Knot them together really securely and make sure they're close around the same stitch. And then what you do is where you have room here on the front of your handle, you will take your yarn needle and go on the inside of your handle and just pull your yarn through. And I know it looks like it's showing on the front, but trim it really closely, and then your ends will be hidden between the edging and your handle. So now all you have to do is to sew on your other handles, remove your stitch markers, and your quick tote will be finished.